Okay, 6th grade. This is lesson 5-9. Who's absent today? Mr. Moore. Okay, all right. So they have several little charts here. This is metric units of capacity. And I think see they have another one right here on the top of page 323. So those are the same. But anyways, you guys will be referencing those as you work through this lesson. Here's one that you want to circle, metric units of length. And what you're simply doing is converting, let's say, meters to maybe centimeters. So if I ask you the question, somebody measured a board and it was 2 meters long, and they ask you how many centimeters would that be? Well, if 1 meter is 100 centimeters, then 2 meters would be 200 centimeters. And really that's all you're doing. And you can reference these charts to help you do those conversions. And they show you a couple different ways to do it. And you can look at those and see if they're helpful or not. It's up to you. Try it. Down at the bottom of page 322, it says the middle of a skate ramp is 2.5 meters wide. Looks like Amelia and her father want a board that's 20.5 decimeters long. Is this board wide enough for them to use? So you need to convert decimeters to meters. And so I wrote down right here, 1 meter is 10 decimeters. And so if you're not sure, you can go to 1 meter. And sure enough, it's 10 decimeters or decameters. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And and so they give us the length here. So if 1 meter is 10 decimeters, 2 meters would be 20, and 3 meters would be 30. Well, it has to be 2.5. Well, that tells me it would be 25 decimeters. And so the question is the board that they have, it's 23.5, is that long enough? No. No. It is too short. Okay, because it needs to be 25 decimeters long. And the board they have is only 23.5. So that convinced me, it's kind of the same question. How can you convert 2.5 meters to decimeters? Well, I just did 2.5 times 10, which gave me 25 decimeters. Questions on this? Anybody? No? Okay. Example 2. Now we're talking about units of capacity, liquids. And so Raji, if I'm saying his name right, poured 150 liters of water into an aquarium. How much more water does he need to fill the aquarium? And it looks like it's got a 2.2 hectoliter capacity. And so again, they show you a couple different ways. But hectoliter to liters. So it looks like 1 hectoliter is 100 liters. So I'm just going to do 2.2 times 100, which equals 220 liters. That's the capacity. How much do you put in? It says it right there. Take a look. 150. And what's the capacity? 220. And so the question is, how much more water does he need to fill the aquarium? Well, what's 150 from 220? Well, he needs 70 more. So when you guys do these kinds of questions, and you'll have some like this, make sure you do all the steps and answer the final question, because the final question is, how much more water does he need to fill the aquarium? So even though you do the conversions, we still needed to do some subtraction, which is 150, which is what he put in it. But that wasn't its capacity, and they're asking how much more does he need? And again, it'd just be 150 from 220, and that would be 70 more liters of water. All right. Example 3, now we're talking about mass. Milligrams, centigrams, decagrams, kilograms. Okay? And I'll let you look at that example. But let's just drop down to the try it. It says to make violet paint, Iris mixes 0.25 liters of red paint, 0.25 liters of blue paint, and 0.45 centiliters of white paint. How many centiliters of paint are in the mixture? Well, let's see here. We're talking about paint, so we're talking about liquid. So I'm going to go up to this one here, and it says liters. And we're going from liters to centiliters. So it's this one right here. So 1 liter is 100 centiliters. So let's go back and look at what they say here. So she did 0.25 plus 0.25. What's that equal? 5. So there's a half a liter right there. And so a half a liter would be 50 centiliters. So I'm going to write down equals 50 centiliters. But we're not done. And then it says, and 4.5 centiliters of white paint. And then how many centiliters of paint are there in the mixture? So now I got to add 4.5. Actually, that was right. 4.5. So 5.45. So looks like 54.5 centiliters. Questions on that? And I just put down they're both 1,000 times as much as their base unit. Number 3, it says which is greater, 250 meters or 0.25 kilometers? Justify your reasoning. Well, I just broke it down. 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer, so 500 meters would be a half a kilometer. And then 250 meters is 1/4 kilometer. Well, a 1/4 kilometer and 0.25 of a kilometer is the same. And number 4, it says, how can you find the conversion rate for millimeters to kiloliters? Convert milliliters to liters, and then liters to kiloliters. All right, number 5, answer that one for you. What is the conversion factor when converting liters to milliliters? Well, 1 liter is equivalent to 1,000 milliliters. And again, if you're not sure of that, you can go back to the chart of capacity. Number 6, I want you to answer that one. Use an equivalent rate to convert 35 centimeters 2 meters. Well, it would help to know how many centimeters are in 1 meter. And if we're talking about length, it's on page 322. This is what we want. Chart right there. Number 8, look at exercise 7. Use dimensional analysis to convert 0.75 grams to centigrams. Well, you can use that if you want, or just go to the weight, which was on page 323, that one right there. All right, I want you guys to do 9 and 10. Circle those bottom boxes. This is kind of blurry. 11 and 12, 13, 14, 15. Says use the table to show the amount of liquid that Whitney drinks each day. How many liters of water does Whitney drink? Well, they give it to us in milliliters. So maybe we should just add up the milliliters. That's what I would do. So here we have 1,500. Then we have 400. And then we have 250. 0, 5. There's 11. Carry the 1. So that's 2,150 milliliters. How many liters is that? Well, I don't know. 2,150. How many milliliters are in a liter? So in 1 liter, there's 1,000 milliliters. So I'm going back to this question. They want to know how many liters. Well, if it was 1,000 milliliters, that would be 1 liter. If it was 2,000 milliliters, it would be 2 liters. But it's a little bit over 2, so it's 2. What would I put? 0.150 liters. Okay. 16 and 17, circle those. 18, I want you to do that one. How many millimeters long is it? And this is what they're talking about right here. This looks like a dinosaur bone. Wow, I wouldn't have liked to met one of those in real life. All right, 19, you don't need to explain it. I just want to know if it's correct. It's either yes or no. 20, it says write an equation. So I've started it here for you. Thank you. 31.5 minus m equals something. Pull that out. Circle 21. 22 is worth a stick. It's not graded, but give it a shot if you want. And then 23, mark all that are correct, and 24, mark all that are correct. Questions? Yeah.
On 15, isn't it just asking how many liters of water? Yeah.
Oh, what did I do? How many liters of water?
You're saying to the 16, so yeah, you said how many liters of water, and you gave us how many total. Yeah. So just water. Just water.
Table shows the amount of liquid that Whitney drinks each day. How many liters of water does Whitney drink? Oh, I added them all up. Thank you, guys. Somebody put up 2 class points. You're right. It was just the water. And so thank you for pointing that out. So, well, how many liters of water would that be? 1.5 liters. Good job, you guys. I'm glad you spotted that. Other questions or comments? No? Okay. All right, well done.